Yeah, I've been here, honestly, 23 or 24 times in my 25-year-old life. So I was here as a 1-year-old all the way up until now. I missed a couple years in there, but yeah, my first job ever was scooping ice cream down at the Cedar Crest right over there. I did that for 5 years. So, and it's good to be back. Really is.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, recently, we went out to Cumberland, Maryland for a festival called Delfest, and kind of like just across the whole journey, you bump into different pickers and different people, and yeah, I mean, you learn so much, and it influences you kind of like passively. It just kind of happens, and yeah, at Delfest, like at the festivals themselves, it's always pretty neat to see what people do on stage, like the stuff that they've put their time and their thought into, and it definitely influences you. If you find it catchy, it's going to be stuck in your head a little bit. But yeah, like Yonder and Railroad Earth, like I've seen Yonder Mountain like many times, and actually Railroad Earth too. So like a pretty neat experience to be joining them on a stage.
It feels great to be a band from the Midwest. Really, it does. It's a great place to be from. A lot of our music is about the area, or at least has been influenced by growing up here and like living here for our lives so far, and that is something to really be proud of, to write music about the spot, and then especially within a folk music tradition, trying to carry on some of our thoughts and exposure to the place, just like everybody else has been singing folk music before us. So it's really fun, very proud.
I think we all come from a really diverse background of music. I mean, starting with Dave over there, Dave's a blues harpist, heavily influenced by blues and even Cajun music on when it comes to the accordion and polka music. And then Colin over here is kind of more like the emo alternative kid. and straight redneck emo music.
I'll respectfully disagree with you.
All right, well, maybe not. I'm not really sure where Colin comes from. Adam's all into, a lot of like classic rock and jam band music, myself also, and I played a lot of jazz and classical. I know Colin, our fiddle player, played a lot of classical music, and then Russ kind of came out of a whole bunch of odd forms of music, Christian rock, and a little bit of sitar, and
the thing is, just like generally speaking, I think like a lot of musical influences and musical understandings like go into our music. Like one thing for me that really like influenced my musical upbringing was a cultural festival actually that I attended regularly in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, where I grew up. Like just being exposed to like different world sounds and like understanding the boundaries that are like kind of broken by music, and I think that's something that we kind of focus on a lot. Like, we wouldn't necessarily consider ourselves to be a bluegrass or like an old time band necessarily, because there's some components that are associated with bluegrass that we certainly don't have about our music, although we've been heavily influenced by it for certain, but yeah, there's so many cool bands doing like interesting stuff right now with like acoustic music instrumentation, and just really expanding on some really cool stuff laid down by like an interesting history of really good players. Hey,
Summerfest fans!
Wisconsin music fans, yeah, buddy.